Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a whistle stop video all about Durham, and it's going to be 10 quickfire assumptions that you should know about before you attend or before you apply as well. So if that's something you'd be interested in, then keep on watching. Also, quick moment of appreciation for my fabulous tie-dye hoodie. I mean, I'm just absolutely loving this. I actually made this a couple of weeks ago and I just think it's so fun. So if you also love tie-dye, I have an Etsy shop and you can check out these designs on there as well. It'll be linked in the description box for you if that's something you're into. But straight on with the video now, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it as well, please. And do also remember to subscribe to my channel. That would make me very happy indeed. So let's get straight on with the video. So the first assumption is that Durham is expensive, and to that I would say it's not that much more expensive than any other university. Obviously the course prices are exactly the same as other universities. The only difference would be your living costs, and of course in your first year you'll live in a college, so because most of them are catered, that kind of is factored into it. But other than that, I wouldn't say that it's ridiculously more expensive than any other university that you would attend, no. Assumption number 2. And that is that Durham is a very big city. Durham is not a big city. Durham is actually quite a small city. If I was going to give you a point of comparison, an example I would use would be York, and Durham is actually smaller than York, so it is kind of its own microcosm. You'll be able to get everywhere really quickly, and you'll of course learn your way around simply as well. Assumption number 3 is that Durham is posh. Now I would say it's kind of more traditional rather than posh as such. I think that it has some beautiful old buildings, it has a lot of history there, so if you're into that kind of thing then you will really love Durham. It has a good mixture of people. There are people from private school, there's people from public school and state school, there's just a mixture, so you don't need to feel like it's posh and you can't go. It's just the same as any other university, and at university you can be whoever you want to be, so don't let anything like that put you off. If they do your subject and you know you've got the grades for it, then go for it, apply to Durham. Assumption number 4 is that Durham University is a good university, and yes, it is a good university. If I remember correctly, it is one of the top 3 or 4 universities in the country, in the UK, so it's definitely a good choice. And also I think a lot of people who attend Durham would agree that it provides a sort of lifestyle choice as well. It's a really lovely city and it has a special vibe to it, especially if you're living there as a student, so it's something that you'll definitely learn to understand once you join the city. So it is definitely a good university and it is definitely a good city as well. Assumption number 5 is that all the colleges at Durham are different, and I would say yes is the main answer to this. If I'm just going to quickly say it, yes, they're all different. However, they have a similar essence in the sense that they all are communities that you live within, and you'll understand the ethos of each one more once you, well, when you join your individual one. You can't possibly know all of them in depth. However, they all have a community spirit to them, and the differences are things like maybe one's a little bit more sporty, or maybe one is closer to where your lessons are and that just makes it a good choice, or maybe one's more modern, you don't have to wear gowns, or some are more traditional and you will wear gowns and then you're going to feel like you're in Hogwarts. They are the main differences. Overall I would say they're very similar, but also what makes the college will be the people who attend in a given year. So all those things come together to make the college experience what it is. Assumption number 6 is that all the colleges cost different prices to attend, and that is false. They all cost the same. It's pretty standardised. I think, however, if you go to one aspect of St Cuth's, because it's split into catered and self-catered, and also Josephine Butler, which is self-catered, there will be a slight allowance for, of course, you know, you're not getting food, so they're not going to charge you for that. But other than that, yes, they all cost the same price. Assumption number 7 is that Durham has lots of different subjects, and that is very true. Durham does have lots of different subjects. They have lots of sciencey subjects, lots of arty subjects. The only subjects that Durham doesn't really have are things like medicine, which is now dealt with by Newcastle University, and they also don't do things like fine art, but there is history of art, so you know, it's not towards the arts. If you're wanting to do something that's a bit more practical, Durham doesn't really do that either. It's strongly academic subjects. However, there is a good mixture, and obviously you can just read about them all on the website too. Assumption and number 8 is that Durham is like Hogwarts, and oh my god, you know what, it really is, especially if it snows. And also, especially if you go to Castle College, it looks so nice. And even if you don't go to that college, definitely go and have a walk around there or go to the Undercroft bar. It's definitely the most Harry Pottery part of Durham, because obviously it's also near the cathedral. So yes, it does feel very lovely, very magical. It's got that much of a sort of Harry Potter vibe to it. So that's definitely something that if you love the books and the films, of course, you know, you're going to really enjoy about the city, because it's so oldie worldy as well. And usually at Christmas and stuff there's markets, and that's something that makes it feel more festive and more sort of Harry Pottery as well. So yes, it's definitely a very lovely city if you're really into that kind of thing. Assumption number 9 is that Durham is easy to get to, or is it easy to get to? Let me tell you. So yes, Durham is easy to get to, especially if you're travelling on the train. There's a really good transport system directly from King's Cross to Durham, and it's about 3 to 3.5 hours just depending on which train you get, and you zip straight through, you get straight there. You don't have to change necessarily. I mean, some of them you can if you want a slightly cheaper fare, but yes, it is relatively easy to get to. And there's lots of roads leading in and out of the city also, so don't worry about it being so remote that you just miss it. It's not like that at all. It's definitely easy to get to. And last but by absolutely no means least is the assumption that it's easy to get lost in Durham. And I'm just going to say no, it's not easy to get lost, that you're not going to get lost. If you're a fresher, then of course, you know, learning your way around is going to be a process. It's not going to be something that you learn in one day or overnight. It's going to happen over a period of a few weeks, but the city isn't so big that you're going to end up getting lost and, you know, lost forever in. You're going to obviously be able to find your way around. Lessons and bars and clubs and the library are all sort of equidistant. Nothing is further away than, I would say, 45 minutes from any given point, especially if you walk with purpose, you know. So I think that getting lost in Durham isn't something that anyone should really be worried about, because especially during Freshers Week they usually have a system where people are directing everyone anyway, so you know how to get where you need to be. So getting lost is not something you need to be concerned about. So there you have it. There are my quick fire 10 assumptions about Durham University. I hope that this video helped you. I hope it was quick, concise, succinct, and you found it useful. If you did, please do remember to give it a thumbs up, and please also subscribe to my channel as well. That would make me very happy indeed. Thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you so much, and I'll see you again very soon in a brand new video. Bye!